Welcome back, folks. So the Trump administration officially overturned the scientific finding that's been key in the U.S.'s fight against climate change and efforts in the works under the EPA and Department of Energy for months.
Now, business and tech correspondent Maura Barrett dug into the endangerment findings history and how this rollback could impact Americans' health.
The single largest act of deregulation in the history of the United States, over $1.3 trillion. The elimination of the endangerment finding is signed, sealed, and delivered.
Thursday's announcement stripping the EPA of its own ability to regulate emissions, setting the wheels in motion to undo decades of work fighting climate change. What's known as the endangerment finding has been backed both scientifically and legally for nearly 20 years. In 2007, the Supreme Court ruled that 6 greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, are air pollutants. In 2009, the Environmental Protection Agency found these gases cause pollution that directly endangers public health. So the agency started regulating emissions from coal and gas-fired power plants, car and truck exhaust, and methane from the oil and gas industry. But now, President Trump's EPA has a different priority.
So they created this endangerment finding to basically regulate out of existence, in many cases, a lot of forms of segments of our economy, and it costs Americans a lot of money.
The EPA tells Scripps News it considered a variety of sources to assess the proposal and punctuated the announcement with a report from the Department of Energy to justify the climate rollbacks, a 140-page assessment that claims, quote, mitigation policies could prove more detrimental than beneficial. The scientists whose work is quoted in the report, though, say it leaves out key context and, quote, fundamentally misrepresents their research.
What went through your mind when you saw your work cited in this report?
I think the word I used was gobsmacked. The misrepresentation of the fingerprint research that my colleagues and I had done was so bad, so egregious, that it was shocking.
Ben Santer is a climate scientist who spent 30 years at a lab run by DOE researching the connection between human influence and climate change. His work defining that link ultimately led to the conclusion that solidified the endangerment finding.
That is just so deeply concerning to me that the Department of Energy is now a nexus, a center of climate denialism in the United States. They're failing in that prime directive of keeping us all safe from climate harm by ignoring the reality and seriousness of climate change. Full stop.
Santer isn't alone. A carbon brief review of the report found more than 100 false or misleading claims. But Energy Secretary Chris Wright maintains the report did not miscite or alter data.
The report discusses that the resources that have been used over the last decade as being allocated towards, quote, science fiction. So my question is, does the Department of Energy then recognize the connection between human impact and climate change?
The report, of course, walks through the rise in atmospheric CO2 concentration, the rise in methane. They do lead to a warming. That's uncontroversial. The reference to science fiction is when people exaggerate claims that aren't there.
The proposal hasn't just enraged scientists, but the legal community, too. One lawsuit called out the secret nature in which the DOE allegedly quietly arranged 5 hand-picked skeptics to write the report, downplaying the threat of emissions, in direct conflict of policymaking law.
Federal law requires that when the government brings together a group of people to provide expertise or advice, the public, you and me, we deserve to know what is going on. But the Trump administration violated that requirement, trying to rush through these deeply harmful actions that will worsen pollution and raise costs for Americans.
The Environmental Defense Fund tells Scripps News the government has not replied to their case yet, while Secretary Wright told me directly he finds the claim, quote, crazy.
They want to control over an alarmist narrative because that's the way they can raise money for fear-mongering groups and for special interests.
Maura Barrett, Scripps News Group, Denver, Colorado.